This will be great. Lights have gone out. Have a look at the two on the front row. Brody Boss versus Aidan Raymond. Raymond gets the better of it, Boss. Oh, look out, the front has fallen out of the car. Can you believe that?
You are joking, Paul.
After such a big build-up, the car's gone 100 metres and fallen apart.
He was determined to stick it to Raymond on the outside, and the right front has fallen out of the 64. He really tried to hook that right and stay on the top side of Raymond, and it nosed in and made a mess of the right front corner of the number 64 car, Paul.
Oh dear. What a way to finish the night.
We'd pumped up his tyres all night. Bossy's been electric. And he goes no further than 100 metres in the feature race tonight after qualifying on the outside of the front row. It'll be a full restart, and Raymond will have Brenton Scott alongside him, and Harmy will be behind.
How about it, Kingaroy? How about a hand for young Brody? Great stuff. Absolutely great racing all night. And then the unimaginable happens, and the thing just falls to pieces in the first 100 metres. Modified feature race. Building up revs again. Aidan Raymond on the inside, Brenton Scott on the outside of him. Harmy inside the second row. Lights have gone out. We're just about ready. Can we get more than 100 metres this time? Go, we're racing. Aidan Raymond on the inside, Brenton Scott on the outside, tries to go with him. Side by side down the back chute, they going into the western corner. Brenton Scott is staying up there. We got a problem. They didn't get 100 metres, they got about 40.
Yes, Townsend in the fence here in turns one, and Aaron Alcock pulls to the infield in the 17 car. And Brenton Scott, geez, these boys from up north are signalling their intentions. Brenton Scott looked to replicate exactly what Brody Boss did, and he's stuck on the top side. And certainly had something for Raymond there on the first lap. It's anxious stuff to start the modified feature here so far, Paul.
Ready to settle down for some more. Shane McDonald not too far away. Brett Barron is in there as well. Lights are gone out, folks. Here we go again. Can we get a lap down? Can we get it started? Aidan Raymond versus Brenton Scott. Watch for the green one. We're off and racing. Aidan Raymond down on the inside. Gets the jump this time. Brenton Scott tries to go with him. Josh Harm tucked down on the inside as well. Shane McDonald in the mix as they go round the western corner for the first time. And Aidan Raymond goes to the boards. That's where he likes to race around here, Aidan Raymond. But have a look at Brenton Scott. Scott down the inside. The car into third position is Shane McDonald. McDonald down on the outside of the racetrack as well. Josh Harm would be the next one. Brett Barron. Darren Lester coming through. Nathan McDonald, and then the 22 car tucked in there is Jack Cameron as they go round the western corner once again, and a little bit of a gap this time for Aidan Raymond from Brenton Scott. Here comes the 27 of Shane McDonald. McDonald up high on the racetrack as well. Josh Harm tucked in there in position number 4. Shane McDonald moves down the inside of Brenton Scott as they go down the main straightaway. Scott fights back, but we've got
Gilroy has gone upside down on the back straightaway, Paul. Wayne Gilroy.
Gilroy it is. Red light on. Climbing out of the car, folks. Put your hands together for him. Not the way he wanted to finish the night. Inside crew doing a great job once again. Well, it's been action-packed. I think we've done 3 laps.
I was going to say, the action was way too good at the front to look away, Paul.
Yes.
And Raymond certainly doesn't have it all his own way. He's got Brenton Scott and Shane McDonald nipping at the heels of the Gympie number 28, and all of a sudden Darren Lester's come on like a rocket ship. He was up the inside of Harmy right before the yellow came out.
So we've still got a good field. Lights stay flashing, so we'll do one more rolling lap. Nose to tail to the witch's hat. No passing, no pulling out of line. Still some very quick motor cars tucked inside the field. So there's still anybody's game in this one. Aidan Raymond will lead them to the line with 22 laps remaining. Brenton Scott, Shane McDonald, go, we're racing underneath the control tower. Have a look at Darren Lester, has a little look down the inside. Josh Harm says no, I'm there. Aidan Raymond trying to put some distance between himself and Brenton Scott, who's got his hands full at the moment with Shane McDonald. Josh Harm would be the next one, Darren Lester. Then we've got Brett Barron up on 2 wheels down the back straightaway. Chuggy Gerrits is in there as well. Have a look at the 27 car. Shane McDonald takes it into position number 2 as they go under the tower. Moving Brenton Scott back to 3. Darren Lester has got himself up into position number 4. Right behind him it's still Josh Harm as Brett Baxter pulls it onto the infield and out of harm's way. So does Scott McDermott. Underneath the control tower once again, the one high on the board. Back in the middle of the pack is Brett Barron trying to find some room to get around the outside of Josh Harm. It doesn't work. Speaking of driving high on the racetrack, that's where Aidan Raymond is. Aidan Raymond to the better of Shane McDonald. Back to Brenton Scott. A bit of a gap then back to Josh Harm. Harming down on the inside as they head down the main straightaway. Darren Lester was the one on the outside, back to Brett Barron, and the next one through there will be Nathan McDonald. Back at the race lead. He's heading down the main straightaway, Aidan Raymond to the better of the Shane McDonald, who's got his hands full now again with Brendan Scott, who moves up on the inside of him, the 2 of them side by side into the western corner. Brendan Scott gets the better of that little encounter, goes into position number 2. Back behind him now is Shane McDonald. Next one through is Darren Lester in front of Josh Harm. Then we've got Nathan McDonald in a battle royal with Brett Barron. Back then to Brad Stein, and we've got a bit of a problem right here in front of the control tower between Alex Sweeney, it was, and the 22 car of Jack Cameron with 16 laps remaining. Just fix up the tyre wall. Jack Cameron brings the car onto the infield out of this one.
Lester and Harmy have exchanged spots a few times too. Nathan McDonald gets past Brett Barron. And all those pairs had been side by side for a lot of the racing there. Looks like we're not far from getting back into it here, Paul.
Going to get a quick start outside the Witch's Hat. Aidan Raymond has now got he's got Shane McDonald right on his hammer. Here comes McDonald down the inside. It didn't work. Brenton Scott back there in position number 3. Then Darren Lester as they go round the western corner, and Aidan Raymond says catch me if you can, and starts to streak away down underneath the control tower once again. Shane McDonald in 2. A little bit of a challenge coming up. Darren Lester on the inside of Brenton Scott as they go round the western corner. Darren Lester down the inside of Brenton Scott. Side by side down the main straightaway. Lester almost gets his nose there, nearly as they head down the back chute, and maybe Darren Lester's got it. Brenton Scott stays high on the racetrack. Next one back there to Nathan McDonald. But here comes Darren Lester down the inside this time of Shane McDonald. And Darren Lester now hugging the inside of the racetrack has gone into position number 2. He's got a big gap though to make up to run down Aidan Raymond. Aidan Raymond, Darren Lester, great drive into position number 2 to the better of Shane McDonald. Back then to Brenton Scott. One coming around the inside is Josh Harm, but on the outside of him is Nathan McDonald. As they go down the main straightaway, one in trouble. Shane McDonald pulls it up high on the boards and allows 2 or 3 cars to go by, one of those being Nathan McDonald. Josh Harm, Brett Barron's got by as well, so Shane McDonald's race might have been finished. We got 10 laps to go. Aidan Raymond, he's in the western corner. Darren Lester is still chasing hard. Got a fair bit of distance to make up though, but the race is on for position number 3, Brenton Scott, to the better of Nathan McDonald. Here comes Harmy. They make it 3 wide, going past the pit gate, but it's Nathan McDonald who's got himself into position number 3. Hard luck too for Shane McDonald. Calls it quits, parks it on the infield. Nathan McDonald in 3. Harmy down on the inside. Brenton Scott on the outside of him, and Brett Barron arrives on the scene as well. And that's the battle for position number 4, 5 and 6. We go back to our race leader who's going down the back chute. Into the western corner he goes. Right up high on the concrete where he loves to race. Down the main straightaway. Got the length of the straightaway lead over Darren Lester. Back behind him is Nathan McDonald. Then we've got Brenton Scott doing battle with Josh Harm. And Brett Barron a long way back we go then to Tangles. Let's go back to our race leader. He's under the control tower with 5 laps remaining. He's got Brad Stein in his sights, goes underneath him, puts a lap down on him. Brad Stein, we got a problem right in front of the stewards. Hard luck there for Brenton Scott.
And that was brewing for a few laps there, Paul. There was all sorts of sparks coming from the right front of Brenton Scott's number 42 machine. And he hung on for 3 or 4 laps, and then the right front wheel parted company with the BA Falcon.
Aidan Raymond, Darren Lester and Nathan McDonald. That's the front 3. It's not over. What a great night we've had for our first night here at Kingaroy Speedway, folks. Look for a green one. We're off and racing. Aidan Raymond, here comes Darren Lester. Here comes Josh Harm. Darren Lester down the inside. Aidan Raymond leads them around the western corner for the first of the final restart down underneath the tower. Here comes Darren Lester. Leicester's in the mix here. Aidan Raymond stays up high. Back in position, number 3, Nathan McDonald has got his hands full with Josh Harm. Here comes Darren Lester down the inside. Lester might have stuck his nose in front and will lead as they go down the back straight away. Darren Lester versus Aidan Raymond. Raymond up high, bounces it around the western corner, but Darren Lester goes into the race lead. 4 laps remaining as they go down past the pit gate. Darren Lester, Aidan Raymond, Josh Harm has got himself into position. Number 3, Nathan McDonald, as Aidan Raymond changes tack a little bit as they go down the inside under the control tower. Couple of laps remaining. Darren Lester is the race leader as they head towards the western corner. Around the western corner, Darren Lester's got the white flag waiting for him. 1 lap to go. Darren Lester, Aidan Raymond, Josh Harm. That's the way they go past the pit gate for the final time. Final time into the western corner. Darren Lester will hold on down the main straightaway. Darren Lester takes it. Aidan Raymond, Josh Harm, Nathan McDonald in front of Brett Barron. Jack Cameron, the next one home, Tangles. Well, put your hands together, folks. You have witnessed a great race. Darren Lester, fantastic stuff. I tell you what, if the rest of the season right here at Ian Botcher Race Parts, Kingaroy Speedway is as good as tonight's been, what a treat it is. Put your hands together for him, Darren Lester, as he does his lap of honour. What about that, Jared?
Yes, how about that? Back straight, plenty of noise. Darren Lester and Aidan Raymond go toe-to-toe in a cracking feature race here tonight. Lester gets the win. And what a fantastic night of action we've had. Darren Lester, take a bow. That was a ripping drive. Make plenty of noise. He comes around with the flag. And I reckon Daz in the Brisbane Bullet is pretty pumped up after that one. He's done a lot of travelling early in the season. He's raced up at Cairns. He's raced at Pioneer Park in Ayr. He's gone back up to Mareeba in the Tablelands in North Queensland. And the man from Brisbane is certainly pumped up and ready to talk to Paul.
He's just a little bit excited when he turned up here. But that's all right. We'll give him a few minutes to get the helmet off. Winner of the first modified sedan feature race here at Ian Botcher Race Parts, Kingaroy Speedway. First place. Darren, well done. That goes home with you, and excellent work. It's never over till it's over, correct?
It's never over till it's over, mate. I've got to thank my crew tonight because they've busted their ass after the first heat having a DNF and having to start 12th in that one. It's just a hard slog, and with the track the way it is, it was cool. But yeah, we're gonna have to go through the suspension next week.
Well done. We'll see you back here at some other time during the night, folks. Put your hands together for him, Darren Lester. Fantastic stuff. Feature race winner right here at Ian Botcher Race Parts, Kingaroy Speedway. Thank you very much for your attendance. Please drive home safely. Please take care of each other, because we'd love to see you back here the very next time we have a Speedway race meeting. Thanks, Jared. Thanks to everyone. We'll see you again next time.